What's up, brothers and sisters? So look, I get it. A lot of people may not be qualified to be in positions of leadership. In the same situation, you gotta ask and see if they were the ones who put themselves in that position, or was it a God-given position? Now, if it was a God-given position, if you understand what I'm saying, it's not like an election, like a president or a Congress member. If God put someone in a position of power, that's a spiritual thing. God deemed them worthy. If they're not fit for that position, the solution is not removing them. I think, this is what I think, the solution is helping them attain a sense of, is it worthiness, or being able to, being able to function in that power, helping them steward that power reasonably. It shouldn't be removing them. I'm saying, like, honestly, with the things of God, you can't vote. This is not like an election. You can't vote. God picks who he chooses. God said he knew you from the foundation of the earth. He knew you ever since you were in your mother's womb. So God knows who he chooses for his certain tasks and missions on this earth. If people don't like that, why would people vote about that? Why would people get together and vote, we don't like this person, we think he's too radical, or we just don't like the way he does it? That's not your lot. God is the one who chose that person. You see what I'm saying? When I look at that situation, what you got to do is just accept it. Then it gets to the situation where they try to take out those leaders. When you look at that situation, you don't want to find yourself fighting against God. And I know this sounds crazy. I'm not saying just lay it down and let someone who's corrupt and messed up just lead the way and take over. But what I'm saying is this: at the same time, who are you to get in that person's way? What I think the solution is this, so everyone may win. Help the person who was chosen for that task. Help the person who's in that seat, in that position of power. Don't try to get rid of him or choose someone else. If it's spiritually meant, if God was the one who chose that person. Because that's like saying God makes mistakes. For example, say God wanted someone to be like a great evangelist. God wanted the person to be African American. Now, I don't get why someone would say, let's choose a Caucasian person or a Hispanic person, when God clearly wanted the person to be African American. That's like saying God makes mistakes. We all know God doesn't make mistakes. I get it. The people who are in power needs to be fit and equipped to do God's work. At the same time, we shouldn't try to change it, because who are we to say we know better than God? That's like trying to bring God down to a man. No. We need to take ourselves and go and meet God. We don't need to try to make God like a man, or try to make him in a physicality, if you understand what I'm saying. And honestly, if you don't like the people who God put in power, you got to take that up with God, because there's a lot of people. You got to ask it, is it like a Saul and David situation? We all know God rejected Saul. Now, if God is still with some people, then that means they're functioning in their office. Maybe a lousy job. God is still with them. You see what I'm saying? By all means, I think it would be better if we help the people do their job better, instead of trying to remove them from doing their job, or moving them and choosing someone else altogether. Because whether I kill you or I leave you outside for the wolves to kill you, technically the blood is still on my hands. That's how you got to look at it. Y'all share this. Y'all tell me what y'all think.